Senator Sherrell and these other politicians come and speak and surrounded, they didn't even deserve to be around that voice. But these are the same people that we have been begging for changes. But when it's a high-profile case where the media is watching, they want to act like they've been doing something when they've only been giving us lip service. So the rest of our families that have been pleading with them to do something to make a change, because if they would have listened to our families, the other families that people don't know about, if they would have listened to the cries and the ask of Kimberly Handy-Jones, if they would have listened to Shea Perry, if they would have listened to Kobe Heisler, mom, Amity Dimock, if they would have listened to me fighting for justice, if they would have listened to all of our families, of Paul Castaway's brothers, Gabe and Tonya, if they would have listened to our families, the families that they tried to sweep under the rug, there would not be a George Floyd. There would not be a Daunte Wright.
That's right.
You would have to be at Daunte Wright's funeral if you listened to the cries of the families that were already out here fighting.
That's right.
So we had to wrap this week up. Our families had to be the ones out here to wrap up this week. And that is why we are standing out here today in solidarity as the families that lost our loved ones at the hands of law enforcement, and they thought they were going to cover it up. But we refused to let that happen. So thank you for being out here to stand in solidarity with us. And I'm going to let the mothers speak now. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, and first, we're going to introduce Amity Dimock. Amity Dimock is the mother of Kobe Heisler, who was killed in Brooklyn Center months before Daunte Wright was killed in Brooklyn Center. The same officer is involved in her son's murder here in Minnesota, but they choose to publicize one and cover up another. So this is the mother of Kobe Heisler.
Hi everyone. Is this working? As she said, my name is Amity Dimock. I'm the mother of Kobe Heisler. Kobe Heisler was the most beautiful person that you all will not be able to meet, because officers Brandon Akers and Cody Turner of the Brooklyn Center Police Department took it upon themselves to deal with a mental health situation by murdering my son in his own home in front of his grandmother. And then just to top it off, they left him laying on the ground for so long like they like to. So he couldn't donate his organs either, none of them, not his eyes or his skin, which can happen hours into it. George Floyd got murdered. We came out and we fought. Before that happened, there was nothing I could do, because when they kill your son, you just kind of lay there in bed for months. Once Daunte Wright got murdered on Sunday, I wake up on Monday to a post from Ben Crump, civil rights attorney Ben Crump, talking about my son and this woman, Kim Potter, who, by the way, I call Karen. It just makes me laugh. So Karen Potter, I find out, and I saw her, but I didn't realize there was anything wrong. She was the commanding officer on my son's murder case. So she's the officer who comes in and is supposed to control the situation. Apparently she told the officers involved to go to their cars and not talk to anybody, which is correct. But then I find out from Ben Crump, she tells them to turn off their body cam videos, which would be indicative of attempting to cover something up. We should know what their reaction is afterwards. We should know if they called somebody, and I should know what happened in the car when they went to the car.
Somebody say that ain't right.
That ain't right.
I find out then from Sean King, the news personality, the next day that they saw that, and apparently she got reprimanded for that. But let's think for a minute. What was her whole history, which we're trying to maybe she should have been taken off of her duty. Maybe she should have been fired at that point. And just maybe, Daunte Wright would be alive now. A lot of us in these movements have these, all of us who are trying to pass legislation. Like when my son was murdered, I had 2 of the autism activists come and tell me that they felt responsible, that they carry the burden of my son's murder because they couldn't get people like Governor Walz and all of our other elected officials to do what we've been asking them to do for years. And she said if we just would have been able to get those bills passed, your son would be alive. You know, and that ain't right. And I now find myself in that position. If we could have caught Kim Potter back then, maybe Daunte would be alive. So just as far as my case goes, because it's like in the news now, connected to the Daunte Wright, the things that I just need you to know right now is every person in the 2 departments that dealt with my son's case have been deemed incapable. Hennepin County District Attorney Mike Freeman, taken off of the George Floyd case due to sloppiness. How could he have been sloppy in George Floyd? And I know for a fact that Kobe's case, Travis Jordan's case, and Brian Quinones' case were sitting there all at the same time. So as far as I'm concerned, that's an automatic. We get a review. But then you throw in Brooklyn Center for me. City manager Kurt Boganey fired by the city council.
Call him out.
Chief Gannon, Officer Chief Tim Gannon, trying to submit his resignation to avoid accountability, and then Kim Potter, the commanding officer, under scene charge for Daunte's murder. So on those facts alone, my son's case deserves to be reopened. All the cases deserve to be reopened. But that is easy for everybody who would argue to say that that was not fair, and it's not possible that he got a fair look at the case, because every single highest up person involved in reviewing that case has been deemed incapable. So I am actually calling for the Department of Justice to open up a case into my son's case, and also all the other cases, and all the metro departments, not just the Minnesota Department, Police Department, because we know what we all Justice for Kobe and autism is not a crime.
Hardel Sherrell's mother, Shea Perry. You know, usually I'm pretty nice, because I'm a woman of God. I try to keep it, nice. But today, I'm angry. Even though we got justice for George, that's great. I'm very happy about that. That's a small move in the right direction. But that's why we're out here today, is because there's a lot of us that have been fighting out here for years. I'm just 2.5 years in. Kimberly Handy-Jones has been out here fighting for 4 years, and so on and so forth. But this is what I'm going to say today. They know what happened to Hardel. They know doggone well what happened to Hardel. And there hasn't been one person that has been fired. There hasn't been one person that has been suspended or let go. And Dr. Todd Leonard, of all people, who runs Men Medical, should have lost his license when Hardel first died. Somebody say that ain't right. If y'all have followed the story, you know my baby died on the floor of a jail cell, alone, in feces and urine-filled dependence. Mind you, my baby was healthy when he walked in on August 24th, 2018. But then 3 days later, he falls sick, and they don't care. So I began to call everybody I know to call. And of course, I called the one that I know can do something about it, and that's my Jesus. But outside of calling and praying for God to come in and do something, I began to call folks just like Governor Tim Walz, surely I did, the mayor, and everybody else that I knew to call. Because when you are a mother who lost their only child, you're going to do everything you know to do to get some kind of justice. Because we know the real justice would be that Hardel should be standing right here next to me. What Hardel suffered from was treatable. He should have gone into the hospital, stayed in the hospital, diagnosed him with whatever he had, and then let him go and do his time. Because my son wasn't trying to get out of serving his time to do and pay his debt to society. He was willing to do that. But my baby was not an animal. He was not a monster. And I'm going to say this. If Hardel don't get it, shut it down. Shut it down. If Hardel don't get it, shut it down. If Hardel don't get it, shut it down. Governor Tim Walz, I called you about a month ago because I wanted to have a conversation with you, sir, to address these issues within Beltrami County Jail and other jails within the state of Minnesota who run corrupt correctional officers and let them get away with murder, because that's what they did to my baby. They murdered my baby. He never called me back. So today, Governor Tim Walz, this is for you. If you're listening to this message, and I hope that you are, take heed. You need to call me ASAP so that you and I can sit down and have a real conversation face to face. And this is for President Biden. I make no mistakes about calling y'all out. President Biden and Kamala Harris, y'all, I appreciate the prayers. God knows I do. But y'all need to show up, and you need to show out on behalf of all our families. Because we are sick and tired of being sick and tired and being left out. And folks want to say, oh, well, you know, we did this, we did that, well, we're working on this, we're working on that. We're tired of all those false promises. That's right. Come and put your boots on the ground like Kimberly Handy-Jones come all the way from Chicago, putting them boots on the ground. Why don't y'all put your boots on the ground and come down here and do something about this mess? Like I said, I like to keep it nice because that's who I am. But God knows my heart. He knows I am tired. 2.5 years. I can't even grieve the way that I want to grieve for my only child, because I got to be out here in the streets. I got to be out here and supporting my brothers and sisters in this fight. This fight is not fun. I don't want it on anybody. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But while y'all are out here and all these cameras are out here, I need y'all to lift up my baby's name, because a lot of people don't even know Hardel Sherrell. I don't know if it's because they want to keep hiding it, they want to keep putting it under the rug, but y'all need to say my baby's name. Hardel Sherrell. Hardel Sherrell. Hardel Sherrell. Hardel Sherrell. Thank you. Peace. Thank you. Okay. If Hardel don't get it, shut it down. If Hardel don't get it, shut it down. If Cordale don't get it, shut it down. If Cordale don't get it, shut it down. If Justin don't get it, shut it down. If Justin don't get it, shut it down. If Kobe don't get it, shut it down. If Paul don't get it, shut it down. If Travis don't get it, shut it down. If Justin don't get it, shut it down. If Jamar don't get it, shut it down. If Delar don't get it, shut it down. If we don't get it, shut it down. Okay, now we're going to have the mother of Cordale Handy, Kim Handy-Jones. All right. Give it to him, Kim. Come on, Kim Handy-Jones style. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm the mother of Cordale Handy. So I ain't here to tell you about Cordale's story because everybody don't deserve Cordale and Handy's story. Let's be clear. Because no matter what people see and what they hear, even though you've seen the cruel, horrific execution of George Floyd, white people still, even with seeing it, want to believe that he did something to deserve it. It's a cruel, cruel minded person that would think George Floyd, Hardel Sherrell, Justin Tybetha, Delau Eve, Travis Jordan, Jafford Smith, Demetrius Hill, Marcus Golden, Paul Castaway, Billy Hughes, Booney Lee, Matt Kung, Terrence Franklin, Sandra Blaine, Breonna Taylor, Micaiah Bryant would ever deserve an execution day. It's ridiculous. And then you got hypocrites. Hypocrite motherfuckers. That would have the fucking gall and cacosity to go to the funeral of Daunte Wright.
Come on now, Kim.
And act like Black Lives Matter.
Come on now.
If Black Lives Matter, then damn it, how did Derek Chauvin get away with all those murders?
Exactly, that's right,
And Black Lives Matter. Then you had the cacosity to have him training policemen.
That's right.
He was out there at the George Floyd Square that day showing his natural racist white ass to those other cops that were new, showing them how you kill black, brown, and indigenous bodies. Kim Potter, I'm sorry she even got my fucking name. I'm pissed. I'm pissed to the fucking max. You know a taser from a damn gun.
Yes.
You ain't confused.
Come on.
And another one, training officers how to murder and kill black and brown and indigenous bodies. Fuck, you gonna pull out a damn gun and holler, taser, taser, taser. Oh fuck, I shot him. Oh fuck, you killed him. You did more than shot him.
Yeah.
Now his kid gotta grow up without his father. And then white terrorists have the nerves to make fun of them because they don't have fathers, but you are the very ones that are taking their lives.
Yeah.
And Amy Klobuchar. Amy Klobuchar, you lost your fucking mind. And I'm gonna need you to find that motherfucker. I'm gonna need you to find him. I ain't in a good place today, people. I ain't been in a good place in a long time. I wasn't born in a good place. Fuck, you gonna get up there and give a speech. A speech about what? Oh, how you gonna make Black Lives Matter? If Black Lives Matter, then why did Mayan Burrell do 18 years of his life? If Black Lives Matter. That'll be a shame to come to that funeral and put on that shit show, because that's what it was. It was a shit show at best.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, God is good.
Yes, he is. All the
Good, 'cause
time.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. God knows what he's doing when he's doing it, people. I wasn't there. It wasn't meant for me to be there. It just wasn't meant. A black speech. What do you know about being black? What do you know about people appealing to your black body with a death sentence? What do you know about that? You don't know a damn thing. What you know is white privilege. You can't tell me about my blackness and our sons and daughters and my sisters and brothers' blackness.
Yes.
That would be like me teaching a black woman, you have black privilege.
Come on.
I'm damn it, that's so.
Come on, Kim.
So, Amy Klobuchar with that bullshit speech that you gave, the same mouth you spewed that toxic ass shit out of, the same mouth that I know you went back home and you adjusted it back, your racist hate back into your mouth. I hope you shit that damn fucked up black speech out of your ass, cause you full of shit. And I'ma tell you, you full of shit. Come to me with that motherfucking bullshit. I ain't got time, people. I'm sick of the bullshit. running up here taking platforms and taking microphones that black and brown indigenous people deserve to have. Platforms that you ain't did nothing to deserve to have. The last thing I remember, when she takes platforms and takes a mic, she wants to run for president. She wants to send black people to jail. She wants to give them life. And this one here, Tim Walz, with your safety net. That was safety net. When people think about safety nets, when you say safe to me, that means being out of harm's way.
That's right.
He puts black people and brown people in even more harm's way. And all we want to do is fight for justice, fight for quality. Because the same Christ that laid and died on the cross for them did the same for us. But mothers, I want to say to you, ain't no justice like God's justice. None. And you know what? I can honestly say, you ain't got to worry about this retiring the Lowry. You ain't got to worry about Kobe Heisler. You ain't got to worry about Travis Jordan, Paul Castaway. Seeing none. Because that's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not commit murder. I'm sick and tired of you fucked up ass legislators. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick and tired of motherfuckers filling up seats that they asses don't deserve. We gonna wash his ass right on about his motherfucking seat. That's what we gonna do. Wash him right about his seat. Sitting up there with them fucking damn smiles on your damn face. Over that young man's body. That Amy, that Tim Walz, that these deadly police forces enforce upon us, on our bodies. I'm pissed off. I'm mad than a motherfucker. And I'm letting you know right now, I keep saying this to white people, if this is not for you, please walk the fuck off. Please don't fuck with me. Don't ask me nothing stupid. Don't say nothing motherfucking stupid. And damn sure don't do nothing stupid. I'm telling you. Because till you go home and the void that we feel, when you go home, and if you have this certain circumstance as our families, then you'll never understand. I don't expect white people to understand what we go through. But I do expect for you to get an education about it. And that's one of the dumbest things in the world to me. You're going to be doctors, lawyers, you even be fucked up ass governors and shit. You'll be all that. But when it comes to black, brown, and indigenous bodies, you have no education. None. Some of the most uneducated people I know. And then to walk around, you don't have white privilege. What the fuck you got? You think I got it? Did Cordale have it? No. Because if Cordale had white privilege, he'd still be here with me. I don't look at white people and decide, oh, I hate you. You're white. You're racist. You know, if that's your circumstance. You know, I don't appeal to white people like that. People are people, and that's just how I look at it. But don't come to me with your Karen and Beckys and your Tim Walzes. Don't come to me with that bullshit. Because I'm that unapologetic black woman, black mother that will get your ass up off me by any means necessary. Don't fuck with me. And don't ever let me see you accosting our black kids. That ain't going either. Because the spirit of Cordale will come back and kick you in your motherfucking ass. The spirit of all our children. I will fuck something up. And I'm telling you. And this ain't coming from a place of being nasty. It ain't coming from a place of hate. It's coming up from a place of being real. Because this is my reality. Police brutality. And if you don't like it, then that's too damn bad, and fuck you too. Fuck you too. Amy Klobuchar, you're responsible too for Hardel Sherrell's death.
Yeah. Went to her office. She didn't do nothing about it.
You're responsible too. Because instead of people opening their mouths and being a part of the solution, they rather sit back on their ass, collect their check, and be a big fucking problem. I don't even know how some of them go home and feed their kids off the paychecks they collect. How do you? Knowing that your ways and your actions are responsible for all our children's death in one way or another. My Bayle brother, wherever you're at out here in Minnesota and the world, I'm glad you made it. I'm so glad you made it.
That's right.
It's by God's grace that you made it. Because let me tell you, it wasn't by none of these demonic ass spirits. And I know that our spirits shake their demon. I hope my spirit and Cordale's spirit and all these people that have lost loved ones' spirit moving furniture around up in that motherfucker. I hope pictures is falling off the wall. Let me just say, you can't wish nothing good for a motherfucker that's been bad. You just can't. And let me just say something to the media. I really don't do a lot of media. There's a reason why I don't. Because instead of you all telling our truth, you always have to mix up the police narrative. Align them and insert them in our sons and daughters' story. That's not right. Somebody say that's not right.
Not right. Tell the
So let me
truth.
just say to the media today, do me a favor. If you want to tell our loved one's story, tell our truth. Because see, I raised Cordale. I had him. I know the son, the loving child that I had. Every last one of these families here know the loving children that they had, the loving fiancés that they had. When you want to tell our story, tell our truth.
That's right.
And I'm asking you, is it not enough that the police have executed our children and our fiancés from us? And then you want to murder their integrity and their character? And then our sons and daughters and mothers and fathers and families have to see that. Now, I'm really coming from a humble place. And I'm asking you to tell our truth. Because I can promise you this. As God sits behind me down low, Mess, Cordale, and him, you know what's up? I'm by myself. I will bring everything shaking and moving from Chicago here, along with Minnesota. And it's not a threat, it's a promise. So I promised God when I had Cordale that I would take care of him, that I would love him, and that I would be the mother that he made me be, that I would provide, as the rest of these families did. Please, tell our truth. Please don't do that to our kids. Don't do that to our fiancés. Don't do that. And the way you all did, allow each family come up and this house.
Come on now.
And just have no compassion. And there's little kids in there watching and looking. And I know that the little ones are devastated for the rest of their natural born lives. And then you got the Hennepin Police representative that said to the people standing there in the press conference, what do you plan on doing differently, Secretary? Since you think that Kim Potter's the chief place, what do you plan on doing different? What do you think about Daunte Wright's killing? He says, oh, just like I'm going to kill. Oh, I can't wrap my mind around it. I didn't hear a speech. That's some inhumane shit. Because I can promise you, before my son was executed, you see things like that, you read them. I don't need to tell no speech. I mean, I don't need to write down nothing. It's just being human, having humanity. Who needs to write a speech when we're losing our kids out here? Who needs a speech? And who needs to know that you know why you can't wrap your mind around it? Because you don't give a fuck. You was more concerned about Kim Potter resigning, which we're calling for her termination. We're calling for her termination. You were more concerned about her resigning. You were more concerned about the chief resigning, the city manager being fired. Fuck you concerned about them for? All three of them got a breath. They get to breathe every day, but they don't. They mad about that shit. Well, and I want to say to every last one of these police departments, you put Derek Chauvin, you know, Kim Potter, all they nasty murderous asses in the position that they're in. Because you didn't want to cross that thin blue line. Right. But you also set them back out the door to keep killing, and killing again. So, I felt like Daunte Wright deserved that. Because he couldn't speak to it from a human perspective. Write a speech. Well, I wrote one. And I wrote it in my head. You go home, you wrap your arms around your daughters and sons and your mothers and fathers and your wives. You got one, I don't see who's married in there, murdered assassins, but oh well. That's whatever. They get to go home and just love on their family. That's a fortune that was taken from us. Then you can't wrap your mind around the fact that Daunte Wright is dead. Because you didn't give a damn. You didn't care. So what I'm gonna say to these murderous policemen and police women, I don't like this woman having my name. I was here first. God knows I was, because I'm old. And she got pretty much all my names. I'm Kimberly Diane and she's Kimberly Handy. So you can imagine how I feel. Now every time somebody say Kim, I'm looking around like this, and I ain't murdered nobody. People, I just want to say, when you see people like myself and Sharon and Emily, and you see Marilyn Hill, and I know Smith is out here, Taren Vang, and you see people like Paul Castaway and Tonya, this lovely, beautiful wife that out there. I just want to say, when we out here fighting, we ain't just fight for ours. I don't have a selfish fight. We fight for yours too. We fight for children living and dead. Living and dead. And stop and think before you go to tell our loved ones' names. Or stories, I'm sorry, and say their names. Make sure you say it with compassion. Make sure you be empathetic and sympathetic. If not, don't say their names. Because best believe my boots is going to be on the ground and we're going to always say their names. And we're going to always stand up for the stolen lives and lives that are still here. Basically, in one nutshell, all I'm saying is don't throw fucking rocks and hide your hands. Because we see you. We see you. Don't do that to us. And white people, I'm going to say this, I do thank you, and you're sincere, and this is what you really mean you want to do. But please, I'm begging you, when you appeal to Kimberly Handy-Jones, have some common sense. Have some common sense. And common sense don't always come. You know, some people's sense ain't common and it don't always come when it needs to. But we appreciate your boots on the ground. And when I fight, and when they fight, we fight for your kids too. You think it makes us feel good to see white kids lose their lives on the streets? It don't. Because we're mothers, we're fiancés. And what it does is traumatize us every time. Every time. So, Minnesota, stand up, stand strong, and more importantly, stand together. And please, quit shutting your knees on our fucking necks. fuck Tim Walz, fuck you to the 10th degree, and fuck every motherfucker just like you. I give no fucks about people like Tim Walz. And Klobuchar, fuck your red maggot ass. Fuck So, here's what we're gonna do. Boots hit the floor and they rolling out the door. I can't get nothing if I'm sitting around. I gotta put my boots, I gotta put them on the ground. One foot up, one foot down, put them both in the ground. Boots on the ground. Not for the fortune, not for the fame. Standing here today and we calling them names. Put one up, put one down. You put them both together, got boots on the ground. Boots, boots, boots on the ground.
Shut the shit down.
Don't fucking play with boots on the ground, damn it.
Let's go.
Now let's get it. And if I stop this mic again, I'm gonna punch somebody in the damn throat. I love you all. Let's get it, y'all. I love each and every last one of y'all. Come on. Not for the fortune, not for the fame. Standing here today and we're saying them names. One foot up, one foot down. Put them both together, you got boots on the ground. Let's get it. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Remix. Boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Boots, boots, boots on the ground. We're here to shut the shit down. Thank you. And I'm from Chicago, let me just say, if I had to fight this fight with anybody, it'd be right here with the people in Minnesota. All right. Let me tell you,
So families, half of our families, because we're going to start our march too, so half of our families, we will like stop in the middle and have some more families speak. I'm going to go ahead, so I just want my families know. But first, you know, while everybody's here, I would like to just have our families come forward in the middle. I just want everybody to look at all of our families that are out here that are being represented today. So if you guys can just come up in the center right here. We can step back, but I just want all of our families, these are the families that are represented here.
Oh, sorry.
Ladies, I just want to know, Ms. Delshia. These are all of the families that are represented here today that have lost our loved ones. And I just want you guys to take a look. So we're not just going to yell George Floyd. We're not just going to yell Daunte Wright. We're going to yell Naajikhan. We're going to yell Cordale Handy. We're going to yell Hardel Sherrell.
Naajikhan Powell.
We're going to yell Demetrius Hill. We're going to yell Demetrius Hill. We're going to yell Kobe Heisler. We're going to yell
Oscar Grant.
Oscar Grant. We're going to yell Travis Jordan. We're going to yell Paul Castaway. We're not going to just yell the names that we heard about in the media, because this is what everybody has to understand. When you only yell the names that are in the media, that's almost like isolating a story.
That's right.
That makes the world believe that this is not a severe problem as it really is. You have to say the names of the people that have been swept under the rug. You have to say the names of the stories that's been covered up. That is the only way to show the severity and the truth about what's really going on. Around the United States, And here in the state of Minnesota, there's been so many murders and so many cover-ups. Justin Tiger was the epitome of a cover-up. Demetrius Hill and all of these murders were the epitome of cover-ups. Kobe Heisler, all of our families here today, you have to get to know our families. Get to know our loved ones' names. So you can say their names when you're out in the street. Because there are hundreds of murders that led up to George Floyd and Daunte Wright. And those families deserve just as much support. So now we're going to have the family of Paul Castaway, his brother, who is here, and he came from Colorado to fight for his brother and his wife, Taren.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. My name is Gabriel Black Elk. I am one of the lead organizers of Native Lives Matter. I'm also part of the Families United for Justice with Uncle Bobby here. And I just wanted to give it, just touch real quick on about my brother. My brother was murdered by Denver police officer Jerry Fuck 12 Lara and Michael Lee Fuck 12 Trout. My brother was having a mental health issue. And just like Amity said, you know, autism is not a crime. And having mental health issues is not a crime either.
That's right.
My brother was calling out for help. My brother held a kitchen knife with both hands to his neck as the police shot and killed him in front of 3 adults and 18 kids. So I just wanted to give a shout out to everybody in this crowd for coming out. That means a lot to us justice families. That means a lot. That means that someone cares. Because there comes a time after our incidents happen when we feel like we're alone. We feel like nobody cares. And then we come out to marches and rallies and we see people like this, man, that feels good. That lets us know that change needs to happen.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
It needs to happen somehow.
That's right.
If it's you know, getting people in the offices, then so be it. You know, if it takes for us marching these streets, man, then so be it. But I just want to give a shout out to you guys and let you guys know that you guys being out here means a lot to us. It means a lot.
Got your back?
And we got your back too.
No, you need to say I am your back.
And your front and your side.
Yeah, so I just want to give a shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for allowing me to speak. And I just want to let you guys know that, you know, for us justice families, that it helps. You know, even if you guys are just sharing stories on social media, that helps. You know, that lets us know that our family's name is being said, that our families ain't being swept under the rug. So these last couple months, you've been seeing all these OISs all over the damn country. Another name that I want to bring up so nobody doesn't forget is Jacob Wood. Jacob Wood was a Native man who was killed 9 days ago. And he was having a mental health issue, cutting himself. And the police decided to shoot and kill him. One of our own police people. So that's another name I want you guys to remember when you guys out there shouting names. Justice for Jacob Wood! 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 And fuck 12! 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 Just before I get off the mic, I just want to let you guys know, man, you know, as far as being a justice family member, man, that feels good to yell at the police. You know, it feels good to scream at these motherfuckers and let them know how you feel. That feels good to me. You know, that's a couple more steps into healing.
That's
my
right.
process.
That's the healing process.
You know, to look at a cop and scream at him, fuck you, fuck 12, you motherfuckers killed my brother, fuck you.
That's right.
That helps me. I don't do too good on the microphone because I got a lot of shit going on in my head and I can't say it all. But I just wanted to educate you guys on what we're feeling out here. When we're out there screaming at the cops, fuck the police, fuck 12, fuck you motherfuckers. We mean that shit. We mean that shit to our fucking bone. Fuck 12. But thank you guys for allowing me to speak. Thank you.
These guys are Native Lives Matter. We're standing on whose land? Native land! Whose land? Native land! Whose land? Native land! Whose land? Native land! So we have to always give respect where it is due, and this is their land that was stolen from them that we are all standing on. We have to always give homage to that. Next, I want to let you guys know that we have Oscar Grant family here, as well as Emmett Till's family here. And one thing that we feel is so important to be connected with Emmett Till's family is because we all know Emmett Till's story. And if you don't, that was a lynching of a young man, 14 years old, back in Mississippi, who whistled at a white girl, and they lynched him. They brutally beat him and lynched him. So we believe that these murders are modern day lynchings. Okay? It doesn't matter what outfit you had on when you committed a racially motivated murder. It doesn't change the fact that it was a racially motivated murder. So whether you had on a regular outfit or a Ku Klux Klan sheet, the white that they had on, or whether you had on a police uniform, or a correctional officer in a jail uniform, a lynching is a lynching.
Come on, say that there.
Okay? Mistreatment of people in the jails and not giving them adequate medical treatment that they need and deserve as a human being is a lynching. Letting somebody die on the floor with feces is a lynching. You know, shooting somebody with their hands up is a lynching. Beating somebody and throwing them in a dumpster is a lynching. Shooting somebody 39 to 52 times is a lynching. Shooting an 18-year-old in the between his heel in the back is a lynching. Okay? Trying to shoot and having a mental health crisis is a lynching. And while he's in the car, they lie and they say that he shot outside the car, but we only see them shoot into the car is a lynching. Okay? Paul Castaway was a lynching.
Naajikhan Powell was a lynching.
Yes, all of these are lynchings, and we have to call it out for what it is. Modern day lynching. There ain't no sugarcoating this.
Come on now, Tashira, say that
and
then.
so, that is why it's important that we have a relationship with Emmett Till's family, and our groups are really closely connected because we know through history that's what's happening right now today. In these police departments, these are the Ku Klux Klan with badges on. These are the Nazis with badges on. And let's call it out for what it is.
That's right.
We're not saying all police are bad. I will never believe that. You guys will be sure to believe that I have friends that are police. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And when you hurt human beings and using your power to hurt other people, you got to go. So when black lives are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. When native lives are under attack,
What do we do?
stand up, fight back. What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Asian lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight
catch planes. So I don't want to put nobody in front of anybody, but I know it's people that got to leave out because they're catching planes back out of town. So we're going to have some more families speak once we stop in the middle of the march, or even when we come back around as well. So we're going to have Oscar Grant family speak. Thank you.
What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! Thank you, Minnesota. I am affectionate unto the community as Uncle Bobby. I'm the uncle of Oscar Grant. Now let me ask so that I know who I'm talking to. How many know who Oscar Grant is? Just raise your hand.
Fruitville Station.
Okay, good. If you haven't seen the movie Fruitville, how many of you actually seen the movie Fruitville Station? Raise your hand. So that's the story of Oscar spending a day in his life and what happened. And so I'm just going to step back in time 12 years ago on January 1st, 2009 in Oakland, California at the Fruitville BART station. My nephew Oscar Grant was thrown to the ground in a prone position, 600 pounds of officer on his back. Tony Ferroni with his knee on his neck. Oscar pleaded, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe." Pushing his face through the concrete platform floor, cracking the bones in his face. Tony Ferroni weighed 260 pounds. Johannes Mesny weighed 270 pounds. Johannes Mesny, as Tony Ferroni has his knee on Oscar's neck, stands up, pulls his weapon out, and shoots Oscar Cinemax in the back. For the first time, we all got to witness through cell phone what happened to Oscar, that murder that night. Of course, it went viral, millions seen, so we knew then that what we saw was an execution that took place. Right? And then he claimed, when he got the right attorney, that it was called, I meant to use my taser instead of my weapon. Daunte Wright, right? Knee on the neck with George, right? I Can't Breathe with George and Eric Gardner, right? Oscar experienced all that in one night. But now here's the kicker. It was because of the community embracing us, standing with us, crying with us, going back and forth to court with us, shouting, "I am Oscar Grant," standing as you are today in support of us and our family. We got, for the first time in California state history, an officer arrested, charged, convicted, and sent to jail. Now let me be clear, we don't count that as a victory, but we do count it as a historical mark, because here's the sad note. Since January 1st, 2009, over 13,000 folks here in the United States have been killed by these road-bad cops in this country.
Say it again.
You hear what I'm saying?
Say it again.
Over 13,000. 13,000. Think about that. So we got work to do. Now let me ask this. How many of you were actually in the streets when Oscar was murdered? Okay. Oh, a couple. How many of you, let me rephrase this, because this is important. You're here today with boots on the ground, being involved to bring real systemic change. The wheels of justice turn slow. We've been at this 12 years, and we've seen many be birthed into this movement, and they decide to step back. We have to be consistent. We have to stay in these streets, and we have to continuously shout, "I am Oscar Grant. I am George Floyd. I am Daunte Wright," and the many other names that we had just mentioned up here.
Paul Castaway. Naajikhan Powell.
We have to be serious about this. Some of us is going to go to jail. Let's just be honest about this. Some of us are going to have to sacrifice and go to jail.
Okay.
Some of us is going to get hurt. But the bottom line is that if you're not in this from the real heart about bringing about real systemic change, I want you to think about this. This is not about us. It is about these babies we see coming behind us. If we fail to stand today, it'll be their demise tomorrow. You hear what I'm saying? It'll be their demise tomorrow.
And if we think it's bad.
And if we do think it's bad today, wait till tomorrow. So it's important that we don't let it come knock at our door just to get us involved.
That's right.
All of us are now required to share with our best friends, our family, to motivate others about real systemic change has to happen, or what we're going to say is an implosion within this United States.
Okay.
That's the reality we're facing. That's the reality we're facing.
Yeah.
So let's be serious about this. Let's make sure Minnesota, we take our hats off to you. We thank you for being in these streets. We thank you for being in this station and bringing about real systemic change. And whenever you make the call, we're on the West Coast in California and places like LA, Oakland, San Francisco. We're in the streets, Fresno. We're in the streets supporting you. So don't think you're doing this alone.
Yes. I already know.
This is a unified effort that requires mass movement from everybody across the United States. So again, for Naajikhan family, we have to catch a plane. Otherwise, we'll be right here with you walking today. We love all of you.
We love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to, so I was going to have some children speak, but I'm going to let this mother speak. Her hand is really, really cold. Some of our mothers can't stand being out here like this. One person I want to speak on, we have the mother of Jeffrey Smith, who is here today, and she would like me to speak on her behalf of Jeffrey. Jeffrey was shot 49 to 52 times by the St. Paul police, and the officer decided to move in her building where she lives. So we're going to be fighting soon to get him up out of there, because that's just inhumane for anybody to have to live through. But they shot and killed Jeffrey on Mother's Day. Okay, so that was her Mother's Day gift from the St. Paul Police Department to kill her son. Okay, and they went around with notes telling everybody what to say about what happened. And it wasn't true. They lied on him and said he shot someone, and I heard an audio that said no one was shot in his situation. So this is the mother of Jeffrey Smith. We will be celebrating for him. We will be raising him up next month. And we will be doing an event for Jeffrey Smith soon. As well as Demetrius Hill, his mother is here too. And she's going to speak today as well.
I am so pleased to see everybody out here in solidarity. I'm just grateful to know that they gave Derek Chauvin that 3 count. When the day comes for sentencing, I hope they don't run it concurrent. He needs every charge ran consecutive. I feel for the mother of Derek White, because I feel that Daunte Wright's family needs justice.
That's right.
My son was killed 25 years ago, and I'm still fighting for justice.
That's right, Mama.
Even though it's been that many years, I believe the officer that's involved in my shooting, he's now head of records in the St. Paul Police Department. I am trying my best for him to step down and be investigated, because he's been alternating records, and he had been involved in my son's murder. He wrote those words, and they all lies, and the media has put in lies in regarding my son. I'm having an event on April 28th. I am about to explode a little information on Victor and Joshua Lego. I thank the world and the community. The media needs to know the truth about what happened, because the witnesses in there that I have talked to, the things that's been said is all lies. They put out information just to cover up the truth. My son was shot in the back in a private building at 1335 Westminster. He had 6 holes in his body. Now, for a person that's that young at 18, to gun down with his back turned, this officer was meaning to shoot my son, to kill him. He was in plain clothes. He was no good. He's known after he shot my son as a drunk. So I am going to be talking about him. So I'm hoping that everybody come and stand with me in unity that day, because I want the mothers to be there too, to be able to call these officers that's in their court. Their names need to be shouted out. Every officer that's involved in killing, we need to intimidate them like they intimidate us. It's no more being afraid. We should walk around like we in silence and afraid. See, that's why they're continuing killing. Kimberly Potter, she killed someone before. Now her time is up. Victor, he had been involved with another killing, and the mother that's involved with the guy that killed him, she wants to talk about what happened too, because I want you to know that some people are innocent. And when they go to jail and have to serve life, if you kill somebody, yes, you deserve life in prison. Thank you. My name is Marilyn Hill. Say Demetrius' name.
Demetrius Hill!
Say it out loud.
Demetrius Hill!
Say it again.
Demetrius Hill!
No justice.
No peace!
No justice.
No peace!
Send the police to jail just as well as they send us to jail. Thank you.
Get the cops!
You all, I'm the mother of Naajikhan Powell. I want you all to see that sign right there. That's my son. He was picked up from Hennepin County Hospital. He was in the psych unit. They picked him up from Hennepin County psych unit. He's been having mental health issues for over 10, 15 years. And then they put him in the nurses from the hospital called the police to pick him up. Why did they do that? They called the police to pick my child and they called me. I didn't know what was going on. They called.
We got your back. We got your back.
He's hearing about this today.
My child loved me. He was battling mental illness for many years.
It's okay. We got your back.
And the police had to pick him up directly from the hospital. And then they didn't put him in segregation. They didn't put him anywhere. They put him in a cell with a bunk bed and sheets and left him there. And over almost 30 minutes later, they found my baby hanging. They found my baby hanging. That's what they claim. That's what they claim.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, sis.
How do you take somebody from a mental health hospital and then take him to jail and not put him into a medical health unit in jail? You shouldn't even pick him up in the first place. He should have been picked up in the first place. And they called him out. And he went to the hospital because he was telling me for months that the medication made him feel strange, made him feel weird. He wasn't feeling right. He was feeling off. And that's why he checked himself in. They came, they called the police. They took my baby in jail, and not even 5 hours later, my baby's dead. My baby was dead. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. That ain't right. My baby should be here. My son should be here. This doesn't make any sense. This don't make any sense at all. What happened to my child? I can barely be here. I can barely stand. But my baby.
You got your back.
Got your back.
They took my child. And I want him back. I can't help him back. So I want motherfucking justice.
That's right.
I want justice now.
That's right.
And I'm going to hold you all accountable, everybody. I don't care if you're in Minnesota. I don't care if you're in Australia. We all need to be saying, we want justice. We want justice now. We want mental health justice.
That's right.
We want police justice
That's
for the
right.
murderers. The police, the murderers. We want justice for Hennepin Health Care, who called the police on my child instead of calling
My God.
Okay, I'm back like 2 minutes. I know that my sister, like, this just happened 9/11 of 2020. We just want to be their voices who have also been there for our family. And so accountability is a must. We must have accountability. It has to happen now. We can't keep waiting for more children, more innocent people to get murdered. I want to thank you, sister, for having this platform for us, because we did feel alone. We felt so like no one is hearing all the other stories around us. Equally, it's hurt. But to be silent, to be quiet, when you're hurting because an innocent person again has been taken from my family, a good young man, also there with a good future, but just had mental health issues. That does not warrant a death sentence.
That's right, Auntie.
So I ask you all to stay with us, follow Naajikhan Powell, read his story. Mental health matters, Black lives matter, all lives matter, we all matter. Until we all feel it, until we all feel the pain, until we all feel the pain, we gotta all feel it.
Amen.
It shouldn't have to knock on your front door before this is over. So I want to say Black Power. I'm always first and foremost Black Power.
Yay.
Power to the people. Power to the people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nice Powell, say his name.
Powell.
Nice Powell.
Say his name.
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 Nice Powell.
If Nash don't get it,
Shut it down.
Nash don't get it,
Shut it down.
Nash don't get it,
Shut it down.
We ain't got time for this. Y'all hear what I'm saying? This is exactly why I had to start Be Their Voices organization. Because while we were out here fighting, talking about police, look at what's happening in the jails. We can't allow them to continue to treat our babies less than human. They're in there. Y'all heard her story, okay? Very different story. Her baby should be alive. Hardel was in there to pay his debt to society, but he should still be alive. They had no right to treat our babies the way they did. So if we don't get it, we shutting it down. Say his name.
Nice Powell.
Say his name.
Nice Powell.
Nice Powell. Say his name.
Nice Powell.
Nice Powell. Say his name.
Nice Powell.
Say his name.
Nice Powell.
Please, people, that's what we're asking y'all to do. Repeat these names. That's the only way that people are going to know what is happening in Minnesota, and y'all see how deep racism runs in Minnesota, and we're sick and tired of telling these stories over and over and over again and still getting no justice. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Thank you.
So we're gonna let Ms. Kim do her new chant real quick, and then we're gonna have Taren, the girlfriend of Travis Jordan. And like I said, we were going to do a march, but the Spirit is just telling me to let these families vent and let these families just get it out. And I don't want to rush them. I don't want to push them. I don't want to do any of that. I want to give them their time that they rightfully deserve, and just let them say what they got to say today. So if you came here for a march, I apologize, but I got to let these moms and these families do what they got to do. Thank you. And so Ms. Kim is going to show us her new chant.
Thank you. Real quick, she just told me she feel like giving up. But she's gonna run this race. But look, I'm gonna say to you, sister, don't give up and don't give in. Because we can win with Jesus. We can win. And I want you to know that. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. And people stop saying, I got your back. I've told you all. When I'm under attack, be my back. I am your back. You ain't got nothing. Don't, like I keep saying, don't catch me when I fall. Catch me before the fall. You got my back, I ain't got to worry about falling. So if they don't get no justice, I mean, I'm sorry, if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
if we don't get no justice,
They don't get no peace.
well, but hold on. Let me tell you how I find it. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no sleep. If we don't get no justice, not one damn peep. Fuck 12. Ain't no sleep.
Thank you, Ms. Kim. So now we're gonna have Taren Vang, the girlfriend of Travis Jordan.
Love you, Taren.
Thank you, Daryl. I am so inspired to be around all these mothers and loved ones of people who have stolen lives. You guys all inspire me every day to keep fighting. My name is Taren Vang. My boyfriend Travis Jordan was murdered November 9, 2018 by the Minneapolis Police Department during a wellness check. He was having suicidal ideation, and there were two rookie cops, Neil Walsh and Ryan Kais, who came and murdered him instead of saving his life and giving him proper treatment in the hospital. You know, having a mental health crisis is not a crime.
That's right.
These police officers do not know how to de-escalate situations. They only escalate them. With only 9 months each on the force, I doubt they had the correct training for de-escalation. You know, I am in a pre-social work program, and I am learning about crisis intervention right now. And they did not use any of the steps that I have learned to save Travis's life. You are supposed to create space between yourself and the person in crisis. You are supposed to build rapport. You don't call him buddy, you call him by his name, Travis Jordan. You ask him what is wrong. He is having the worst day of his life. I called 311, not 911. There was no co-responder program in Minneapolis for North Minneapolis. It was only available in South Minneapolis.
That ain't right.
North Minneapolis is one of the most underserved communities in Minneapolis, and they do not have a co-responder program there. So there needs to be a co-responder program there in all of Hennepin County. In Ramsey County, there is the COPE program, but I don't think there is even a co-responder program there anymore because of lack of funding. So we need there to be accountability for those that killed Travis Jordan as well as all these other people in Minneapolis that have been murdered by the police. No one on their on the worst day of their life should be killed, should be murdered. And you know, there are bills that we are trying to pass. One of Travis Jordan's bill is also a part of the 9 that are trying to pass. We are trying to get passed. It has been now taken to the general register, and we need all the representatives to vote for that bill as well, and for it to move to the Senate, and for Warren Limmer to tell everyone else to pass that damn bill too. Before I leave, I just want to say, you know, Brooklyn Center for Daunte Wright, there have been 5 other people who have been murdered by Brooklyn Center, but no one is calling their names. No one is saying their names. So I want to say all of your names today.
That's right.
So say their names. Daunte Wright.
Daunte Wright.
Kobe Heisler.
Kobe Heisler.
Daunte Wright.
Daunte Wright.
Edmund D. Fair.
Edmund D. Fair.
Jonathan Marr.
Jonathan Marr.
And this one I'm sorry if I mess it up. Sentanusai Kotavongsa.
Sentanusai Kotavongsa.
Sentanusai Kotavongsa.
Sentanusai Kotavongsa.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taren. Thank you. When Black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When Native lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight
Father
back.
of the Lai. Thank you.
Down, Bayle. Go ahead.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. I'm so happy to see you yesterday when we have demonstration and against police brutality. My name is Bayle.
You got this? You got it.
Well, mostly when I was grow up and born, my father told me always, a man never cry. A man never cry.
All right to cry, brother. All right to cry.
Why should I cry when today I'm too old? My daddy would tell me, man never cry. The reason is it's lies. The police who also killed my son. He didn't do nothing. So many times I was saying we have a warrant. As I say, the kind he had at that time, it wasn't his name. Who the fucking is the warrant? What do you want it? Because they were to kill motherfuckers, my son. And there was my son. They say he shoot us. He did it. It was a police undercover in the car. There was kidnapping my car, and there was a making. Okay, it hurt me, and I hope all of you that it hurt you too. All of this family who was lost with their loved ones. We don't have a justice in the United States, and we thought this is a democratic country. No, this is a voice of them in South Africa when apartheid was there. How many people the boys killing every day? They say what, 3? How many black? 2. Okay, if we have a million example for the black people, and they kill the police every day too, how long we gonna be finished? Soon. Count every day with you. How many a year? So, in Minnesota, it is a worst state in the United States. And I can say it's the worst state in the world. Because you can guess. What do you think, all of you, the guys who have a uniform, who kill your son or your daughter or your father or your brother, and you see that person every 5 days, standing there and have a uniform and they still have a power, and you cannot talk.
That ain't right.
Is that fair? Is that fair?
No.
No. Where is the justice? We say, United States, it is a largissime Democrat, a father of the Democrat or mother of the Democrat. Sorry if I say mother F. And now I get to say a father F. Because the mother is the best. And the mother is the one who brings us, all of us, to the world. We cannot be beautiful today, any of us, if we don't have a mouth.
Yeah.
And you don't need to say without the word. I don't know why should I say, well, sorry about that. And I never say mother F. I gotta say, Father F!
That's right. Love you, baby.
So, is there is a chance? Where is the chance where I was saying, where you see a police who take a life with a son? And you see every day, we have a uniform, and he look you like a screw face like this one. What are you gonna say? Where's the justice? Okay, in Minnesota, it is farm buyer sucking blood over children. It's not the police who's killing us. It is the system. And what I want to tell you, this guy, when he needed food, he came and knocked our doors and smiled good. Fuck you! need a phone. He was smiling good. I said, I will do that. I will do that. I gotta be in good. Where's the good?
Where's the good?
Where is the good? So, we need a justice. We need a justice. And the justice we don't need was some justice which is a blend. Minnesota, what they're using, we have democracy and we have justice and we are equal and rights. Where is all those? No, they are a blend. We are not a blend. We can see you, motherfucker. We can see you. You are lying us. And you will never get our vote anymore.
Yeah, that part.
We gotta choose some of us.
Yeah.
Who gonna listen to us? He called me with Chaco what? Chaco Frank, a mayor of Minneapolis. He told him he was sorry for your loss. Fuck you, motherfucker, man. You was the one who was killed. All these people, they were all for wanted, including my son. Next year, he need a phone. He get a cam and smiling and have a suit and with a tell him like this, but I say, give me your phone. No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
So, my last sentence is, we are not the same 400 years back. 400 years back, we were tolerant and we have slavery and we have discrimination and killing our brothers and sisters, but no more. We are in decay. We know a right will never be a wrong, and wrong will never be a right. This guy, he's doing always what's wrong, and he don't want to get to see him. It's like unacceptable. We are human. The police have children. They don't want to kill someone with their children. Why they want to kill our kids?
Right.
Why they want it? Why? We are human, and we hear so many times human rights. Where was some country will happen or some things? United States, they vote with their finger and say that guy is doing something because he's not doing a justice. Why you needed to do a justice in your own country and your own people? We hear human rights. We hear even animal rights. But we never hear, I said before, insect rights. If they would think we are insect, we are telling them we are not insect, we are human, and we are more educated and more wiser than you motherfucking mother system, and the police would die. What I want to tell, especially my sister, she was saying, I call her Winnie Mandela, the wife of Mandela, who was fighting so many years for the justice. And what I'm saying, hey sister, we are the black as a Somali. When you say Somali matter, it's not say black matter. We are the black. I'm not white, I'm not Asian, I'm not nothing. I am African. Yes. And I'm proud by color. That's right. I am not racist, and I don't like who hate the colors. All the colors is the same, but I don't like the one who is my enemy. Who is that? The police.
That's right.
I don't care. Okay, who color he is. Okay, the enemy is the one who is killing you. Even if your brother or your sister is your enemy and you hate that, right? I say, we don't need peace. We need a justice and we need equal and rights. No matter what color you are, we have to stick together and fight together. Fight for the justice with all of you. I was sorry if I say American F, I'll never say it. I'll say Bobby F. And I'm father to thank you.
Hey, what's his name?
Lucky!
What's his name?
Lucky! So we are here today, Amity
repeat after me. And if you believe this, hold your fist in the air. The past is not past until justice prevails.
Until justice prevails.
The past is not past until justice prevails.
Until justice prevails.
Thank you. Emmett Till was murdered in 1955. I stand here today in solidarity with the families because they didn't get justice and Emmett has not received justice either. Amen. We are still holding out for the last accomplice, Carolyn Bryant Dunham, who has not ever been charged, who lied on Emmett and caused Emmett to be lynched. He was shot in the head, beaten, lynched, with a 75-pound cotton gin fan tied around his neck with barbed wire and thrown in the Tallahatchie River in Mississippi. That wasn't a mistake. Mississippi. But this is Mississippi as far as I'm concerned because the past is not past until justice prevails. We don't want to repeat it. We don't want 66 more years. We don't want any more families standing here holding pictures of their past loved ones. Okay? We just don't want that to happen. And so our leadership in this country, and I know Governor Walz, I know most of the leadership. I ran for Congress in 2004. Okay? And so I understand how politics work. It's not working right now. Our leadership is not working right now. Too many people are dying. How many in Minnesota?
Too many.
470. And probably more. So I'm not going to take any more of your time, but I just want to say that for you standing here with these families and us, it means the world to me. And I think you should know that. Look at yourselves. Take a selfie of yourselves being here. This is history in the making. And tomorrow is going to be different because guess what? You're going to take a step forward towards the future. I want you to take one step forward towards these families and let them know within your loudest voice that you're with them and you're going to stand with them. All you got to do is take one step forward. Take one step forward. Come on. One step. And what are you going to say? We are with you. We are going to stand with you. And as Kimberly says, we're going to put our boots on the ground, right? And we're going to march with you, and we're going to demand justice for you. Because it takes a lot. These families have held themselves together with grace and dignity. They have carried their grief in their hearts and in their voices and in their tears. So continue. If you've got faith, pray with them.
Say that, Deborah.
If you've got a voice, shout with them.
Come on.
If you've got money, support their initiative. If you've got time, give it to them. If you can stand in unity as you are today, do that for them. Thank you very much, and justice for Emmett Till. The past is not past until justice is prevailed.